To understand this legend, we begin in the Indian subcontinent, a land of kingdoms, deserts, mountains, and rising empires. In the rugged northwest, among the Aravalli Mountains, stood Mewar, proud, wounded, and unwilling to bow. History remembers emperors who conquered kingdoms, but legends remember the king who refused to kneel. The greatest emperor in Asia offered him gold, power, safety, and peace. All he had to do was bow. But beyond the mountains, an empire was growing, vast, disciplined, and unstoppable. For some men, a throne is everything. For Pratap, freedom was worth more than a crown. Beside him stood Chetak, the horse whose loyalty would become legend. This is the story of Maharana Pratap, the king who never bowed. The year was 1540. High in the Aravalli Mountains stood Kumbhalgarh, one of Mewar's greatest fortresses. There, a child was born to Maharana Uday Singh II and Rani Jeevant Kanwar, a child who would carry the weight of a kingdom. Pratap did not grow up as a prince of comfort from childhood. His world was movement, discipline, and duty. Every lesson shaped him, every fall hardened him, every sunrise prepared him for the storm ahead. And among all his companions, one would become more than a horse. Chetak would become his shadow. He learned precision, patience, the silence before action. But strength alone does not make a ruler a king. He must know the pain of his people. Then came the wound that changed Mewar forever. In 1567, Akbar's armies surrounded Chetak. The old capital burned, families fled through smoke, while warriors held the gates as long as they could. Uday Singh moved his family into the Aravalli foothills and founded a new capital, Udaipur. But the wound of Chetak remained. In 1372, Uday Singh died, and with his passing, Mewar faced another battle, not with swords, but with succession. On his deathbed, Uday Singh had named Jagmal as heir, but the nobles of Mewar knew the kingdom needed more than favor. It needed courage. And so, in a bloodless decision, the nobles crowned Pratap as the 54th ruler of the Sisodia Rajputs. While Mewar stood in the mountains, the Mughal Empire spread across northern India, city by city, road by road, throne by throne. Akbar did not begin with the sword. He sent mission after mission. 6 attempts to make Pratap accept imperial rule. When diplomacy failed, the road narrowed toward a mountain pass whose yellow earth would become immortal, Haldighati. At Fatehpur Sikri, Akbar ruled from a court of impossible wealth and discipline. His empire did not merely conquer land, it absorbed kings. The Mughal roads carried soldiers, merchants, elephants, laws, and promises. Too many rulers. Joining the empire meant survival. Then the envoys came to Mewar not with fire, but with silk, gold, and carefully chosen words. The offer was more than wealth. It was safety, power, peace, a place beneath the empire's shadow. But Pratap saw the truth beneath the gifts. A golden cage is still a cage. His answer did not change. One mission failed, then another, Then another 6 times the empire reached for Mewar, and 6 times Pratap refused. Pratap knew what refusal meant. Peace had failed. Now every fort, every road, every mountain path had to become part of Mewar's defense. Before the storm, there was one bond no emperor could understand: a warrior, and the horse who trusted him with every breath. On the hills of Mewar, Pratap made his choice. No palace, no silver plate, no comfort, until his homeland was free. And so, Maharana Pratap rode into the pass, not for conquest, not for glory, but for the right of Mewar to remain free.
Haldighati was not a wide-open battlefield. It was a narrow mountain pass where courage would matter more than numbers. At dawn, the yellow earth of Haldighati glowed like fire beneath the first light. Pratap stood silent, not because he feared what was coming, but because he understood its cost. Then the empire arrived: elephants, cavalry, banners, drums, a force built to make kings surrender. Before the first sword was drawn, for one long moment, the valley held its breath on one side, an empire on the other. A king who had nothing left to give, except himself. Pratap did not look like a man facing defeat. He looked like a man who had already chosen freedom over survival. Then the silence broke, not with fear, not with hesitation, but with the thunder of hoofs. Chetak did not run like an animal fleeing danger. He ran like he understood, the dream on his master's shoulders. At the center of the storm stood Man Singh, commander of the imperial forces, and toward him came Pratap, not as a rebel, but as a king. Then came the moment that turned history into legend. Chetak rose before the elephant, and for one breath, impossible courage filled the sky. When Pratap was surrounded, Jalaman stepped forward. He took the royal standard, and with it, he took the enemy's gaze away from his king. Pratap lived, not because he ran from duty, but because Mewar still needed him. Haldighati did not give Pratap victory that day, but it gave the world something greater: proof that a free soul can stand against an empire. From Haldighati, the road did not lead to surrender. It led deeper into the Aravallis, where the next chapter of resistance would begin. After Haldighati, the struggle did not end. It became harder. The palaces were gone, the great fortresses were lost. Yet the mountains still belonged to those who knew every valley, every forest, every hidden path. Pratap refused surrender. He chose a life of hardship over a life of submission. The royal family lived deep within the Aravalli forests. Days of uncertainty became months, months became years. Food was scarce at times. Even the children of Mewar knew hunger. Legends speak of a simple meal prepared from wild grass, a reminder that freedom often demands sacrifices beyond the battlefield. Yet even in exile, Pratap was never alone. The Bill tribe stood beside him, They knew the forests better than any imperial army. Their loyalty turned the mountains into a fortress no empire could fully conquer. Together, they struck without warning, disappearing into the forests before the enemy could respond. The Mughal armies could capture cities, but they could not capture the spirit of Mewar. Then hope returned. A devoted minister, Tamasha, placed his entire fortune before Maharana Pratap. It was not merely wealth, it was the strength to rebuild an army, restore hope, and continue the fight. With renewed courage, Pratap launched campaign after campaign across Mewar. One by one, forts returned. Villages once occupied by imperial forces welcomed their king again. The greatest turning point came at Dewar. There, the balance shifted. The Mughal outposts collapsed. The imperial grip on much of Mewar began to break. For the first time in years, victory belonged to Pratap. Not because he possessed the largest army, but because he had refused to surrender when surrender seemed inevitable. The mountains that had sheltered him in defeat now witnessed his return. The struggle for Mewar was no longer a story of survival. It had become a story of recovery.
From the forests, Pratap began striking back. The resistance moved through mountain paths, supply routes, and hidden valleys toward Dewar. The war changed shape. Pratap no longer fought where the empire was strongest. He fought where the mountains gave him silence, speed, and surprise. In 1582, at Dewar, the tide turned. Pratap's forces surged forward, not as fugitives, but as men reclaiming their home. Dewar broke the Mughal hold across Mewar one by one. The forts began to breathe again. Then came Tamasha, the minister whose loyalty became the fuel of a kingdom. He placed his fortune before Pratap, and with it, the power to rebuild an army. With resources restored, Mewar rose again. Swords were forged, homes were rebuilt. Men who had hidden in forests now trained beneath open skies. One by one, Mewar's lands returned. And when Pratap entered Udaipur again, it was not just a king returning to a city. It was hope returning to a people. By the end of his life, Pratap had restored almost all of Mewar. Only Chetak, the old capital, remained beyond his reach. Mewar breathed again. Its forts stood watch. Its lakes reflected the sky. Its villages returned to life. But beneath the mountains that had protected its king. In his final years at Chavand, Pratap was no longer only a warrior. He was a builder, a father of his people, and a man who had kept his promise. Empires rise, empires fade, but the memory of a man who would not bow travels farther than armies ever could. From one mountain kingdom, the story spread across India, not as a tale of conquest, but as a promise that honor can outlive power. Maharana Pratap did not leave behind the largest empire. He left behind something greater, the courage to remain free. He was the king who never bowed.
Thus lived the legendary Maharana Pratap, a symbol of ultimate valor and defiance. Subscribe now for our next epic on the Vanguard history.